Let us all stand as the esteemed chief guest and the dignitaries enter the auditorium. Our chief guest of the day, Ms. Mary Joseph, Assistant Editor, Vijaya Karnataka, Reverend Dr. Thomas Tenadiel, Principal, St. Claret College, Dr. Safir Pasha and Ms. Chaitra, Staff Coordinators, and Ms. Angela Jean Mary, the Student Council Mentor. Kindly be seated. A very good afternoon to everyone assembled here. I am Govind.
And I am Platisha Onaina.
We are the hosts for this Investiture Ceremony. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the Investiture Ceremony, the very first formal academic function of the college, where the newly elected and appointed members of the Student Council are officially vested with their powers and positions.
We now have the Student Core Council, department captains and secretaries walking in procession to the auditorium. They are being led by the college captains, Ms. Krishna Priya and Mr. Harsh Bafna. Followed by the cultural captains, Ms. Srishti Biswas and Mr. Prajwal Pinto. And the sports captains, Ms. Ranjita and Mr. Vivek Patel.
We now have the department councils making their solemn entry. From the Department of Commerce, Ms. Bhumika Ravi Shankar and Mr. Bakir Khan, the captains, and the secretary, Mr. Santosh R. Representing the Department of Management, the captains, Mr. Amit Shaji and Ms. Harshini K, and the secretary, Mr. Sri Naveen. The Department of Computer Science is represented by Ms. Nushiba Tanya and Mr. Piyush Kumar S, and the secretary, Mr. Milton. From the Department of Humanities, we have the college captain, Ms. Brinda M and Mr. Prem Kumar, and the secretary, Mr. Om Rajput. The Department of Commerce, Tourism and Travel Management is represented by captains Ms. Marian Delphin and Mr. Chandan Anand, and the secretary, Mr. Atik R. And finally, representing the Department of Sciences, we have the captains, Ms. Rakshita R and Mr. Nagesh HK, with the secretary, Ms. Shriya Giridhar. Let us put our hands together and warmly welcome our student leaders.
Kindly be seated. We have the club representatives and class representatives from various departments seated. This investiture is a moment of pride, honor, and recognition for these student leaders, as it has been a part of SCC's rich heritage to solemnly bestow on its student leaders their authority in formal ceremony. Divinity, the essence of all truth that moves us to perform the right deeds. As we commence the ceremony, we shall acknowledge the divine presence around us along with the college choir as they invoke God's blessings.
Thank you, choir, for the soulful invocation. The flames of love demolish the hardest of tasks and make it successful. As the dignitaries light the lamp at this juncture, may all the newly elected leaders be instilled with an ember to enlighten others, to spread the light of truth and love. I request the honorable dignitaries, our chief guest of the day, Ms. Mary Joseph, Assistant Editor, Vijay Karnataka, Reverend Dr. Thomas Thenadiel, Principal, St. Claret College, Dr. Safir Pasha and Ms. Chaitra, the staff coordinators, and Ms. Angela Jean Mary, the student council mentor, and the college captains, Ms. Krishnapriya and Mr. Harsh Bafna, to come forward to light the lamp.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Thank you, dignitaries. A welcome goes beyond words. It creates a feeling of care and gives a sense of pleasure, and it acknowledges the presence of everyone in the gathering. I now request Ms. Krishnapriya, the college captain, to welcome the gathering.
Every day is a chance to discover new horizon, and today we embark on that journey together. Respected Chief Guest of the Day, Ms. Mary Joseph, Principal Reverend Dr. Thomas V. Thenadiel, Dr. Safir Pasha and Ms. Chaitra, Staff Coordinators, Ms. Angela Jean Mary, Student Welfare Mentor, Heads of the Department, Faculty, Staff, and dear Claretines. A very welcome to all of you. Investiture Ceremony is one of the most important events of the college as we entrust faith and hope in our newly appointed student council. On this occasion, I'm honored to stand before you and welcome each and every one of you. First and foremost, let me introduce our chief guest, Ms. Mary Joseph. Ms. Mary completed her post-graduation in Mass Communication and Journalism from Mangalore University and is currently serving as an assistant editor in Vijay Karnataka. Ma'am has worked with various publications such as Sudha Weekly, Prajavani Daily, and holds an experience of 20 years in the field of journalism. She is well known for her bi-weekly column Hridaya Sparshi, which has been consistently appreciated from past 7 years, and is also a recipient of prestigious Ladley Media and Advertising Awards. Ma'am has also debuted into the realm of translating the Malayalam short story collection titled Tatta Varadirikilla by the Honorable Governor of Goa, Sri P.S. Sridharan Pillai. It is indeed our pleasure to have you with us today, ma'am. Hearty welcome to you. I now request our principal to welcome ma'am with a sapling. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am. I'm also delighted to welcome our beloved principal, Reverend Dr. Thomas V. Thenadil, a visionary and an excellent leader who guides us in all the activities and motivates us to achieve greater heights. Hearty welcome to you, Father. I extend my warm welcome to Dr. Safir Pasha and Ms. Chaitra, staff coordinators of our college. Welcome to you, dear teachers. I also welcome Ms. Angela Jean Mary, our student welfare mentor, who has been a significant strength to all of us. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am. A very warm welcome to all the heads of the department. Welcome, dear HODs. Special welcome goes to all the members of the Student Council who are willing to take up new responsibilities and roles. Welcome to all the student leaders. Lastly, I welcome all the faculty and staff to this Investiture Ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishna Priya, for those warm words of welcome. On behalf of everyone gathered here, we would like to welcome you as well.
This day is a result of hours of planning, deliberations, and execution. Our student captains are elected through a very transparent democratic process. The nomination of student election candidates, scrutiny, online and offline campaigns, the proclamation of manifestos, the day of election, counting of votes, and yes, the list goes on. Now we shall relive the process which were involved in electing and nominating these student leaders among us through a short video presentation by Mr. Sachin KB and Mr. Melvin.
Hello Claretines, I'm Harsh Bafna, your college captain. As a college captain, I promise to lead by example and work diligently for the betterment of our college community.
I'm Krishna Priya, your college captain, and I am committed to foster unity, collaboration, and a sense of belonging among our students.
I am Prajwal Pinto, your cultural captain, and I will strive to celebrate diversity and ignite the creative spirit within our college.
I'm Srishti Biswas, your cultural captain, and I aspire to embrace all forms of art, culture, and expression.
Hi, I'm Vivek Patel, your sports captain, and I pledge to promote teamwork, sportsmanship, and a passion for athletic excellence.
I am Randita Jadhav. As a sports captain, I look forward to encourage a culture of health, fitness, and achievements through sports.
Thank you, Sachin sir and Melvin sir, for the glimpse of the election process. Leaders with conviction shows us that future is certain and that we are all headed in the right direction. A leader who can analyze the situation, pick a direction, communicate it effectively, and lead everyone towards a fortunate living is our dear principal, Reverend Dr. Thomas Thenadil. Dear Father, I request you to deliver the presidential address.
Good afternoon, our Honorable Chief Guest, Ms. Mary Joseph, our elected and appointed leaders, dear faculty, staff, and all Claretines. Through the short video presentation, you're seeing the process of democratic election. And I want to, in the first place, congratulate all our students who are assuming leadership today. Today we say the whole world is facing shortage of great leaders. You have heard that many times over. If you have excellent leaders, I think a lot of problems of the world are really solved. Today, as our student leaders assume responsibility of leadership, I want to talk about a few very, very important aspects of great leadership. First of all, let me tell you, great leaders are excellent visionaries. They're able to see the future, they're able to see a goal, and towards that goal, they take everybody else around them. Okay, so that's vision, right? Vision is actually to see ahead, have a definite plan in mind, and take others towards that vision. Maybe we'll have to ask our captains and sports captains and cultural captains, what is the vision that you have for St. Claret College? Let me also tell you this. Over the years, we have always listened to our student leaders. So our leaders are not merely for the badges that they wear. There have been times, in fact many times, that students have come up with suggestions and we listened to them. And there have been many times we actually changed our plans because we thought it really made sense. You know, many of the suggestions that our students were bringing really made sense. It's not like, you know, we don't want to have classes in the afternoon, we want Friday and Saturday holidays. That's not the kind of suggestions that I'm talking about. Suggestions that are really constructive, suggestions that are really helpful for the student community, for their growth. That is how responsible leaders behave, right? And in leadership, when you study, most often spoken word about leadership is influence. Influence. You gauge, you know, the mettle of a leader by the influence that the leader has on the world. Okay? Sometimes we are really confused between a leader and a manager. These are not the same things. These are not the same things. Leaders have a bigger, larger vision than a manager has. Take the example of Mahatma Gandhi. Do you call him a manager or a leader? You certainly call him a leader, because his ideology has impacted the world and there are a lot of people who really follow him. Okay, but you take a CEO of an organization, we call him a manager. There could be certainly great leadership qualities. I'm not saying that management is in any way lesser than leadership. That's not what I'm saying. But if managers are great leaders, then that's a real deadly combination. Okay, so leadership is about vision, is about the impact and the influence that you have on your followers. And leaders will be remembered beyond, their time. Say, for example, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we will say, the student council of 2023 and 24, they were a great team of people. We are able to do that. We will say that 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now. We will pick your names and then say during that year, they had done excellently well. And I have seen, after your election, recently we had a sports event, on a day when I was not present here. I looked at the Facebook and then I saw all 6 of you, core student, student council, they were together at the event and then they had put a picture together, and that speaks volumes about the team spirit. Okay, and so great leaders work in teams. Great leaders, they are inclusive people. They might come from one language background, they might come from one cultural background, they might be from one religion or whatever, but they will never ever discriminate anybody on account of their linguistic, cultural or faith or whatever affiliation for that matter. In our country we have far too much of them, but great leaders will certainly be inclusive leaders. I know you're all waiting. You have heard me many times over. You're actually waiting to listen to Ma'am, and so I don't take away much of my time, much of your time. In fact, all I want to say is we are here. We are here to support you, and we consider you and we treat you as mature adults. Okay? And so think about the larger vision and mission of the college. Think about how constructively you can actually grow the college and support the student community in its growth. I wish all of you all the best and God's blessings, and we hope 23-24 is going to be a very, very special year in the history of St. Claret College because of you, our leaders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Father. The metallicus fusion of rhythm, bodily moves, and emotions result in dance, an artistic form that emanates joy and vigor. Expressions creates life, and through gestures, vivacity. On this solemn occasion, we have the college dance team with a dance performance.
Papa
Thank you, team, for that wonderful performance. A leader can transform a school or community for the better and ensure success for both students and educators. Transformational leadership centered in forming ideas and building a shared vision is the key to collective development. One such transformational leader is our chief guest, Ms. Mary Joseph. Assistant Editor, Vijaya Karnataka. Dear ma'am, it is indeed an honor and a privilege for us to have you as our chief guest for the day. Now I request you to address our young leaders.
Respected Principal Father Thomas Thenadiel, faculty members, staff members, and my dear students. A very warm good afternoon to each and everyone present here. I think I feel very proud that because I feel honored that because I'm being the part of this Investiture Ceremony. It's so lovely to become the part of this ceremony also. I can see some young faces, bright faces here. Maybe because of that reason, I think I can feel the positive energy in the air. As I seen, so cheers to all of you. As I see these young and bright faces here, I remember the few lines of well-known Kannada poet DVG. It says, Haleberu hosa chiguru, kudiralu mara sobagu. How many of you have heard these lines? Yeah, very good. Because since I am working with Kannada newspaper, I used to, whenever I go for speech or something, I used to quote Kannada poems. And not only that, because I love to speak in Kannada, and it's a month. So it's a good sign actually. And this is a month of November. And the day before yesterday, we celebrated Kannada Rajyosava also. And for Kannadigas, I think this is not for the one-day celebration. And it's a month-long, and especially journalists, Kannada journalists like us, it's a month-long celebration also. The meaning of that lines, meaning of that lines is, it's a harmony between the generation, much like the old root of the tree and the tender leaves coming together to make a tree very beautiful. In the same way, I can see that harmony here with young faces and experienced professors contributing to enhance the prestige of this institution. Is it right? Okay. Today, I'm here to talk on leadership. Because I am privileged to talk on this vibrant subject. And many of us have seen and heard about many leaders in our society. And we have come across some of the best qualities that the leader should possess. And many assume that leadership is a position. But I would like to look into leadership as who you are. Leadership, great leadership starts with self-leadership. While leadership is to lead others, self-leadership is to lead yourself first before going to lead others. The founder of Visa credit card, D. Hawk, once said, if you want to lead, invest your 40% of time in your self-leadership, leading yourself. Therefore, as a leader, you must invest 40% of your time in leading yourself. For that purpose, you have to practice 3 steps. One is self-awareness. That means look within yourself, who you are, and what kind of a person you are. It's a kind of introspection. And the practicing self-awareness, you can overcome what you lack. The second step is self-reflection. Spend a few time, either in the morning, to list out what the priorities you need to address, or in the evening, you should find out what went wrong and what went right. The daily reflection will help you to your problem solving skills. And the third one is self-regulation. Most people in today's world face, they complain that we don't have much time. The most people in position of responsibility always complain that there is little time to complete too much of work. So as a leader, you're going to assume the position of responsibility. So you need to work around the available time you have, and that as a leader. Self-regulation is to practice, prioritize, plan, and effectively use the limited time you have. I think you can practice these steps so that I can assure that you can do it. That's why you are here. Take up the leadership badge here. See, leadership is like being the captain of a ship. A captain is brave and he guides his crew and takes them safely to their destination. As a leader, you are also brave and you guide your team and you help your team leaders, fellow members to achieve their goals. So there is a question, you may ask some question. I'm a student, why do I need to be a leader? The answer is very simple. Because leadership is not for the great people or grown-up people who works in a company or big offices. It's for everyone, even for you and me. Though this is like learning to ride a bicycle. The sooner we start, the better we get it. So, as students, you are the future of our nation. So just like a small seed grows into a big tree, the skills you learn now will help you grow into become a strong leader. You might be a leader at home, in a school, or in a community. Who knows it all? So it's important to learn about the leadership quality. Leadership is not about being bossy, but instead it's about helping each other. Be a good listener. Talk to your friends. Respect their ideas and encourage them to do their best. A good leader is like a good friend. And imagine your friend is lost and you just won't tell him to where to go, but you will walk with him, isn't it? It's the same way. In the leaders, they don't just give orders, they guide, assist, and walk along with their side, with the team. Leadership is about making decisions. Imagine you are playing a game and you have to decide which game to play. That's leadership. It's always, and it's not very easy to make decisions, but it's important. Sometimes these choices may be hard and tough, but the leaders make hard choices for the good of everyone. And leadership is about responsibility. As a leader, you are like a gardener and your team is like a garden. You need to look after the garden, water the plants, and watch them grow. If the plant is not growing well, you need to find out what is the reason behind it and help him get it better. Now, here one more the question arises, how can you become a good leader? Again, the answer is very simple. Be a good listener. Listen to your friends, teachers, and family. Understand their ideas and feelings. Be kind and helpful. Make good choices even if they are hard. And if you make a mistake also, it's okay. Learn from it and try to do better next time. And remember, you don't have to wait to grow up to be a leader. You can be a leader right now. Help your friend with homework, guide your siblings, then take charge of a school project. Every small act of leadership takes you one step closer to becoming a great leader. Now let us examine the leadership in a broader perspective. Leadership is not a position or a title. it's an action, and it's an example. A leader is one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. And perhaps it's the most important aspects of life. Without good leadership, no organization or no group can succeed. Furthermore, not everyone has this quality. This is because effective leadership requires certain important characteristics. First of all, confidence is must for the leader. A leader must have strong self-confidence in his action and deeds. A person must be confident enough to ensure others follow him. If he is unsure, then how can the people have the desire to follow him, right? A leader must certainly inspire others. A leader must be a role model for others. He should inspire the team members whenever necessary. Also in difficult situation, you should remember that should not lose hope. Here, I can give one good example. It's about my ex-editor, Mr. Hariprakash Konamane. I think during the COVID time, we all know that how we affected with the COVID, how it adversely affected our nation, the whole world, and our state, and even each and every one. And during the COVID first wave, I think, because there was a rumor that because this virus spreads through the newspaper, isn't it? You all know that, right? You might be knowing that. That's why, because when the rumor spread, immediately the readers, everyone, they stopped to buy the newspaper. Forget about stop buying the newspaper, they even hesitate to touch the newspaper. Then that time, because it adversely affected the newspaper industry, then that time, editors of all the major Kannada newspaper, they had a meeting together and decided to shut down the publication. Then Mr. Hariprakash Konamane, he encouraged everyone to be strong and told them, we'll work with the minimal staff. I think during that time, you all were at home listening to online classes, I guess, right? Because you were lucky, because we were not that lucky, because we journalists, we went to the office, every day we went to the office. So as directed by our editor, our seniors, they themselves went to the vendors, they themselves met the newspaper boys and distributed mask and sanitizer, everything. So then they encouraged them. That's why the paper ran, because paper reached every home. So that's what, these kind of abilities we need in a leader. And good communication is must for a leader. Because poor communication means wrong message to the followers. And he should be a honest person. Honesty is important, essential to win the trust of the people. So I am coming to the end of my speech, because the abilities, the qualities required for leadership are not cultivated in a single day, but with the time and patience, you can earn them. Leaders are not born, but through struggle, determination, and vision, a person becomes a leader. Leadership is an art without boundaries or limits. The more you practice, the stronger leader you come out to be. So anyone can be a leader. It's a skill that can be learned. So my young friends, leadership is an important skill for everyone, especially students like you. It helps not just in school, in your life also. So let's start today. Let's all try to be good leaders in our own way and make a big difference in the world. So thank you for listening. I hope you all become a great leaders in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those inspiring words. We request you to remain on stage. May I now call upon our father, Reverend Dr. Thomas Tenedial, Dr. Safir Pasha, and Ms. Chaitra, the staff coordinators, to honor our chief guest, Ms. Mary Joseph. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your contributions to the society, your gracious presence amidst us for those inspiring words.
Check. Thank you, teachers. I request the chief guest and our father principal to remain on stage. The Yes, ma'am. The investiture ceremony signifies the confidence that the institution has in the newly invested office bearers. I now invite Ms. Angela Jean Mary, the Student Council mentor, to present the investiture ceremony. Over to you, ma'am.
The annual election process for the academic year 23-24 began with interested candidates filing their nominations, which were further scrutinized by the Student Welfare Office, considering criteria like attendance, academic performance, and discipline. On the 19th of October, students were given an opportunity to present their manifesto and campaign. On 20th October, SEC witnessed 2,000 plus students casting their votes to elect their leaders. The cultural and sports captains were selected based on the recommendations by the departments and the cultural and sports coordinators respectively. We will now witness the formal ceremony of the handing over of the badges, sashes and flags to the core council by the chief guest, Ms. Mary Joseph, Principal Reverend Dr. Thomas Thenidil, and HOD Department of Languages, Dr. Madesh. I request Sir to come to the stage. We begin with the college captains, Ms. Krishna Priya and Mr. Harsh Bafna. They will be receiving their badges, sash and college flag. I now request the cultural captains, Ms. Shrishti Biswas and Mr. Prajwal Pinto, to come forward. They will receive the badge, sash and the cultural flag of the college. Next, we have the sports captains, Ms. Ranjita Jadhav and Mr. Vivek Patel, to come up the stage. They will receive their badges, sash and the college sports flag. I request the dignitaries and the Student Core Council to step forward for a photo moment. I request our Chief Guest and Dr. Madesh to take your seats down and request Father Principal to stay back. All the best and congratulations to the Student Core Council of 23-24. Up next, we have the presentation of the Department Council. I request Ms. Binila, the Student Welfare Officer, to take over.
Now, we present the badges and the department flags to the Department Council. These representatives were elected at the department level. 2 captains from the final year and the secretary from the second year batch. I now request Mr. Vasu V, HOD, Department of Commerce, to come over to the dais. The captains of the Department of Commerce, Ms. Bhumika Ravishankar, Mr. Bakir Khan, and Mr. Santosh R, the Department Secretary, to please come forward and receive the badges and department flag. Thank you, sir. May I now call upon Ms. Cassandra Rani, HOD, Department of Management, to come over to the dais. The captains of the Department of Management, Ms. Harshini K, Mr. Amit Saji, and Mr. Sri Naveen, the Department Secretary, to please come forward and receive the badges and department flag. Thank you, ma'am. I now request Ms. Jayalakshmi R, HOD, Department of Computer Science, to come over to the dais. The captains of the Department of Computer Science, Ms. Nushiba Tania M, Mr. Piyush Kumar S, and Mr. Milton, the Department Secretary, to please come forward and receive the badge and department flag. Mr. Piyush is not here today as he has been to Delhi for NSS camp. Thank you, ma'am. May I now call upon Ms. Angela Jean Mary, HOD, Department of Humanities, to come over to the dais. The captains of the Department of Humanities, Ms. Brinda M, Mr. Prem Kumar, and Mr. Om Rajput, the Department Secretary, to please come forward and receive the badge and department flag. ma'am. I now request Mr. Prashant, Head of the Department, Commerce, Tourism and Travel Management, to come over to the dais. The captains of the Department of Commerce, Tourism and Travel Management, Ms. Mariam Delphin, Mr. Chandan A. and Mr. Atik R., the Department Secretary, to please come forward and receive the badge and department flag. Thank you, sir. Now we will have the captains of Department of Science. In the absence of Head of the Department, Lieutenant Dr. Prakash Chandra Behra, I request Ms. Divya V.R., Assistant Professor, Department of Science, to come over to the dais. The captains of the Department of Science, Ms. Rakshita R., Mr. Nagesh H.K. and Ms. Shriya Giridhar, the Department Secretary, to please come forward and receive the badges and department flag. Thank you, Father.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Father Principal to remain on stage. Now that our new leaders have received the regalia of leadership, they will pledge their commitment to the institutions, its values and ideals. They will promise to perform their duties to the best of their abilities. I would like to request our principal, Reverend Dr. Thomas Thenadiel, to administer the oath to the young leaders.
All the leaders, kindly stand up, including class representatives and club representatives. Silence. So, all our leaders, please place your left hand on your chest and extend your right hand and repeat after me. Can we have absolute silence in the auditorium? We, the members of the Student Council, pledge to our college, our faculty, staff, and fellow Claretines to follow the college norms and regulations and to ensure that all students do the same, to be fair and just to all with no prejudice towards any person, to help and guide those in need of help and care, to use our position only for the welfare of our college, to support and help each other in the performance of our duties. And we pledge our sincere efforts towards upholding the sanctity and dignity attached to St. Claret College. It will be our earnest endeavor to uphold the reputation and glory of St. Claret College. May God help us, keeping the pledge we have taken today. Thank you and God bless. Congratulations once again. Shall we put our hands together once again in appreciation of all our leaders? Can I go?
Thank you, Father. A humble human being counts his blessings, but a noble human being never fails to express gratitude. I now request Mr. Harsh Bafna, the college captain, to propose the vote of thanks.
Check. Good afternoon, everybody present here. I am deeply honored and privileged to express my deep-felt sentiments of gratitude to all the esteemed individuals who have played pivotal role in making this event a resounding success. First and foremost, we express our gratitude to the Divine for gracing this event with its presence, guiding us in our endeavors. Our sincere appreciation goes to our distinguished chief guest, Ms. Mary Joseph, Assistant Editor of Vijaya Karnataka. We thank you for sparing your valuable time from your busy schedule to bless us with your presence and inspiring words. Your wisdom and insights have undoubtedly motivated the young leaders here. On the behalf of the entire management, faculty, staff, and student, we extend our hearty gratitude to you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Our principal, Reverend Dr. Thomas V. Thenediel, deserves special recognition for his continuous support and encouragement. Thank you, Father. A sincere note of thanks is extended to our diligent staff coordinator, Dr. Safir Pasha, and Ms. Chaitra for their constant support and guidance. Thank you, teachers. We must also recognize the tremendous effort, meticulous planning put forth by our student welfare officer, Ms. Angela Jean Mary, and a dedicated team, starting from the election day until today, which has contributed significantly to the grand success of this event. Thank you, dear teachers. On the behalf of St. Claret College, we extend our gratitude to our heads of departments, faculty members, staff, the technical team, the administrative staff, and the college choir for their unwavering support and cooperation in putting together this remarkable event. We extend our heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you, our wonderful audience, for your active participation and support. Your presence has made this event truly memorable. Thank you all for your invaluable contribution to this event's success. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsh. Dear young leaders, before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. On that note, we come to the end of this investiture ceremony. I now request the college choir to come forward and lead us with the college anthem.
I request all of you to place your right hand on your chest and sing along the national anthem. College anthem.
Check.
Peace and hearts and passion in us always. Oh, Claret times forever on the choice. To form a culture of love and compassion. In the lives of all we love and serve and live in. To walk the labyrinth in time and space. Seeking the fruits of knowledge is good. Schooling the arithmetic of wisdom. You carry God's love in your heart. Oh, Claret times, what a beacon. Formed as they both around the matters in their head. Skills of intellect and competencies. Spirit, faith, and morals and values. With social concern and respect for culture. Be a change agent for the world around you. The universe awaits. Renew it to your talents, for you carry God's love in your heart. The universe awaits. Renew it to your talents, for you carry God's love in your heart.
Thank you, choir. I request the newly elected student council, comprising the college core council, department council, class representatives, and clubs and associations, to move to the college lobby for a group picture. Thank you one and all.